Hi guys, it's Mark from anypond.com, your trusted resource in the UK for ponds and water features. And today's topic is black pond water and how to clear black pond water. Well, the first thing to do is to think about why has the pond gone black in the first place. Most of the time, if the pond's gone black, it's to do with leaves or pine needles. This particular pond had a pine tree at the far side there, and the clients actually cut it back because it was growing too big and it was shedding too many needles, blocking the pump. So they actually had to replace the old pump for a new pump. So thinking about leaves, and this pond is surrounded by deciduous trees. So think about tea for a second. Black tea, what is it? It's made with tea leaves. So a black pond is probably tannins. And the only way to get rid of tannins out of pond water is to use carbon, and water has to percolate through the carbon, so water has to be moved through carbon. So if you've got a wildlife pond that's got tannins, you can put carbon in some tights or something and put an aerator or something in it so it's blowing air and moving the tannins around the tights. If you've got a fish pond like this particular pond, then you actually put it inside the filtration system. So carbon will take out tannins out of the water and it will clear the water. So if you've got black pond water, the first thing to do is to have a look at the bottom of the pond to see if there's lots of leaves, or where is the organic load on the system. Is it in a filtration system? Is it at the bottom of the pond? Have a look, get rid of the organic waste. It might be that you need to do a full drain and clean to actually get down at the waste. In this particular pond, there's lots of pond lilies. They don't use, or they don't remove tannins out of the water, but what they will do is they will remove nutrients out of the soil or the substrate or the waste on the bottom of the pond. So they're good, and also it will shade the water. But shading the water will stop green water, but it won't stop tannins. So it's all around carbon filtration. Put it in tights, in a waterfall or in a filtration system. One way to stop leaves from forming in a pond is to install a proper pond skimmer when the pond is actually constructed. So having a skimmer on the side of the pond, you can actually remove the needles and the leaves very, very easily. Where you don't have a skimmer, or you have a pump in the bottom of the pond, the leaves actually fall into the pond and they don't get removed. So you must cover the pond in the autumn to stop the deciduous trees. Now there are a number of trees that are worse than others, and they basically last a longer time. So pine needles are one of the worst things that you can have in a pond or fall into pond water, because they take about 18 months to actually rot down. And we've actually removed about 8 buckets of waste from this particular pond. This pond has been black or brown for about a year. So it actually went black or brown last winter, and all through the year last year, the customer was using lotions and potions to try and clear it. They were putting in additives and trying to clear the black pond water, but none of that would work. It's like taking a pill to stop you putting on weight, but you still carry on eating a lot of food, and as soon as you stop taking the pill, you plow on the pounds. So with chemicals and lotions and potions, it should be done all the time, like a pill if you're trying to stop putting on weight. But the best thing to do is to obviously exercise rather than taking pills. And on a pond, it's have a pond skimmer or a net over the surface of the pond when the leaves actually fall in, to stop the root of the problem. It's like if you were to cut a dandelion head off, and the root structure actually just carries on growing. And that's what happens, is if you keep chopping a dandelion's head off, it actually promotes the root growth. And that's exactly the same with lotions and potions and chemicals in ponds. So look for the root cause, it's leaves. If you've got black parts of the filtration system, that's where it's anaerobic. It's basically without oxygen. What happens in the bottom of a lake when the silt is settling on the lake? It's black, and that's anaerobic. It's without oxygen. And what it can actually do is it can start releasing gases up into the water column, which depletes the pond of oxygen and causes all sorts of water quality issues. So my name is Mark, the Pond Advisor, and I'm here to support you dream, plan and enjoy ponds and water features. Thanks for watching, and I hope you got some useful information. My question to you is, have you got a black pond? Have you got a brown pond? Get in touch, comment below, and I'll see you in the next video.